So, the Russia and the Ukraine situation. Yo guys, this is Tusika from Gadgetberry, and today I just want to talk about this Russia and Ukraine situation that's currently happening at the moment. So everybody kind of knows everybody kind of has an idea that there's a trade war, or basically there's just a war, because I haven't went deep into the details, and I don't think I earn the right to label it and say it's a trade war. So this is where it all starts. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. So who's Vladimir Putin? Here's a small biography. So Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin is a Russian political and former intelligence officer who is the president of Russia, a position that he has filled since 2012. He previously, from 2000 until 2008, he was also the prime minister in 1999 to 2000, and again from 2000 to 2012. He was born on the 7th of October 1952 and is currently 69 years of age. Just want to show you a few clips of what's currently happening in Russia and the attacks that are currently undergoing in Ukraine. Basically, Ukraine's became like a war zone. Like, this is not a safe place to be in the planet at the moment. Probably the unsafest. Well, there are countries like Pakistan and Uzbekistan, those kind of countries that end with stand. They always be, most of the time they're always in war. But so one might be asking, why is Russia actually in war with Ukraine or vice versa? Because these countries are so far apart. Russia, I'm on my Google Earth, and as you can see, there's Russia here, right here on this red pin, and then you see that there's quite a huge amount of land that is left unclaimed between Russia and Ukraine. Let me show you how far Ukraine is from Russia. I was just trying to understand what Russia and UK might be on war about until I studied this map, and then we actually realized that that could be the issue because of this unclaimed territory. But yeah, there's Ukraine over there. Just look at my mouse. There's Ukraine and there's Russia. You do see that there's a huge amount or huge piece of land that is left unclaimed because there's no names on it. You do see Tunisia right next to Ukraine, we see Italy, we see Austria, we see Belarus, we see Turkey, and right far from Ukraine we see Kazakhstan. However, there's no countries that have claimed this piece of land, this huge chunk piece of land between Russia and Ukraine, which is quite surprising because there's a lot of unclaimed, not really unclaimed, but Russia seems to have quite a huge amount of land because all this portion of the map is Russia. So I just want to show you what's basically happening right now in Ukraine, and give you a little bit of insights about what's happening between Ukraine and Russia. And as you can see, of course, here on the news, Many reports have been spreading about this Russia and Ukraine conflict. Many different countries have intervened, including South Africa. We've seen Cyril Ramaphosa appointed as one of the negotiators in the form of mediating between the two countries in question, which is Ukraine and Russia.
On Ukraine, striking military posts across the country. An unprovoked war in Europe is now underway. The assault began with an angry message from President Vladimir Putin broadcast in the middle of the night. Russia cannot feel safe, develop, and exist with a constant threat emanating from the territory of modern Ukraine, he said, describing the government in Kiev as a junta of neo-Nazis determined to build nuclear weapons. As Putin spoke, seemingly on cue, Russian bombs started falling. Cruise and ballistic missiles, Ukrainian officials said, along with attack helicopters striking military installations, including air bases near the capital, Kiev. Russia overnight launched its long-anticipated and more military targets in several other Ukrainian cities, including Kharkiv, the biggest city in eastern Ukraine. Attack on Ukraine, striking military posts across the country. An unprovoked war in Europe is now underway. The assault began with an angry message from President Vladimir Putin broadcast in the middle of the night. Russia cannot feel safe, develop, and exist with a constant threat emanating from the territory of modern Ukraine, he said, describing the government in Kiev as a junta of neo-Nazis determined to build nuclear weapons. As Putin spoke, seemingly on cue, Russian bombs started falling. Cruise and ballistic missiles, Ukrainian officials said, along with attack helicopters striking military installations, including air bases near the capital, Kiev. And more military targets in several other Ukrainian cities, including Kharkiv, the biggest city in eastern Ukraine. Russia claimed to have eliminated much of Ukraine's defenses, but the Russian reports appear exaggerated.